Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into the Tuesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. We're here on BettingPros.com, and we're always being brought to you by BetMGM. I'm going to attempt to keep it together here for this podcast. It's going to be a little hard for me, so you're going to have to give me a second if I get a little choked up. All right. I don't know how you guys feel about death and losing animals in your life, but I just did something tonight that I haven't really ever done since I was probably really little. And I'm a mess. I'm a mess internally. And I knew it was coming at some point. 2 weeks ago, my 19-year-old cat, and you might say, Matt, you're a cat guy. Well, kind of. I'll explain here in a second. But he was peeing blood. And it freaked me out. It freaked my wife out. We went immediately to the vet. They ran a full diagnostic, and they came back and basically said he has a massive inflammation inside of his body, and we're going to give him a shot and medication, and he should be okay. But he's in stage 2 renal failure for his kidneys. And so we've got to keep, make sure he's drinking water and blah, 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 right? So tonight, my cat couldn't walk. And tonight was the night that I have been dreading for a really long time. It's 11 o'clock here on the West Coast, and, it's not easy. I've done this podcast sick with COVID, or I guess recovering from COVID. I've done this podcast from a hospital room, and now this is the hardest time of doing this podcast. I'm doing it on video on top of doing it on audio, but I got my cat when I was 24 years old. I'm 43. He was with me through almost every major life event of my life, of my adult life. I left home to go to college at 18. That was the last time I lived under the same roof for 12 months a year with my mom. I got Felix about 6 years later when an ex-girlfriend, a crazy ex-girlfriend, but she thought it would be nice to have if I had a cat. If I had an animal, and she was on Craigslist, and she said, they're giving away free cats, you could get a cat. I said, all right, fine. She went in and got the cat and brought out Felix, and I remember seeing him for the first time, and he just became a friend that moved with me from Alabama to Nebraska, Nebraska to Iowa, Iowa to New Hampshire, New Hampshire to Massachusetts, or I guess vice versa, Massachusetts then to New Hampshire, from New Hampshire to Texas, Texas to Nevada. That cat lived in more states than most human beings. At 19 years old, he saw me get big jobs. He saw me move around the country. He came with me. He was with me for all my late night craziness, all my parties with my friends in my 20s, my 30s. He was just with me. He was just with me. And tonight, he's gone. And that is really hard. And it's an animal. And, we call them fur babies, whatever you want to. I don't know, okay? I'm not somebody like that. I'm sentimental, but I'm not attached like that in a lot of ways. But that cat gave me a lot and a lot of really good times. And he was with me for a lot of really happy moments. Meeting my wife, getting married, my daughter being born, getting jobs and moving around the country and getting our dogs and, just being a part of our life. And now tonight, we had to put him down tonight. And I held him, and I felt the life of him go out of his body, and I'd never experienced that before. And that is something that was, life-altering in some ways. It just happened literally an hour ago, so this is still very fresh and very raw. This is not why you're listening to this podcast, but I just gave you that big whole spiel to tell you why I'm on here late, why the picks are going to be short. There's only 2 picks I've got. I will add, I haven't had time to do very much in terms of handicapping tonight. I was at the vet for 2.5 hours, and just my entire night got kind of thrown up in the air. The good news is we were a half a point away from a 4-0 night last night. And I would be on here jumping up and down because the Utah Jazz had a sick fourth quarter, and they covered that 12 points. We got a great win by Tampa. We've now hit 4 consecutive hockey bets, which is great. Probably more than that, but that's all I can remember betting on is 4 straight for the NHL. And then we got Duke. And you guys in the Discord channel, you are 1-0. Congratulations. That is awesome. You're 1-0 on your Discord plays. Very, very cool. Awesome to see. Super psyched for you guys. And then Drake, that was the worst beat of 2021 so far for me. The fact that they were up by 16 points and they had every chance to get that game and cover that game, and instead they gave up 2 turnovers under their own basket, which led to direct shots, and then they get a foul shot on a 3-pointer from a walk-on, which never should have been called, but it was. He hit all 3 free throws. So they're up by 13, 7 seconds left. All I need is a block. All I need is don't let the kid score. That's it. Just don't let the kid score. And Drake stops playing defense. The kid goes right to the rim. He lays it in, and then that's it. If you got 10.5, that was a 4-0 night for you. Okay? I hope most of you, when you woke up in the morning, you got a better number than me because of the injury to the point guard for Drake. Everyone overreacted, so the game came down by a point, and you hit. I did not. So you were 4-0, which is great. I was 3-1, which is still really good, but not what I wanted. I wanted 4-0, but we were half a point away from being 4-0. So that was, everything was looking great. Everything was going great, and I was super excited. And then, obviously, everything happened with my cat. So it just turned into a really awful night and a really awful day. So because of that, this podcast is going to be short, and, I'm just, I'm just not kind of with it right now. I'm kind of out of it, and I'm really mad. I'm really sad. I'm thankful at the same time, so I'm just swimming in all these emotions, and I'm trying to, figure this out. So you guys are getting kind of the raw version, the tired version of Matt Perrault right now here at 11 o'clock. And so, look, for a long time, I was someone who would kind of bare my soul on the radio, and I haven't done that a lot in recent years. So this is kind of a little bit uncomfortable as I start to think about what I'm saying. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I hope you guys can understand why the picks are light, why I will add stuff on the Discord channel, and I will hopefully get involved with more games as the day unfolds. I only have 2 plays, one in hockey and one in college basketball, but the play is to honor my cat. You might think I'm crazy. I don't care. I made it. This is a pick. It's a good pick, but I'm making it because I was looking to bet on a Wildcat, and I found a Wildcat that I like. So we'll get to that here in just 1 second. But you guys know about the BetMGM offer that's out there right now. The risk-free $600 up to $600 bet using that promo code JUICE100 to jump on in with this. It's JUICE100 promo code for you to be a part of this very cool giveaway. You must be 21 years or older to take advantage of this. As we always tell you, you also must be in the states of Colorado, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. If you got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado, Nevada, 1-800-GAMBLER in New Jersey and West Virginia, or 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Okay, so let's start with the pick for my cat. Because, heck, why not, right? So Villanova is laying 12 at home against St. John's. They lost to St. John's. Villanova wants to get a number 1 seed. Villanova needs to make a really big statement. I know it's a big number. I don't like laying 12 points. It's 11.5 at certain books. At the books in Vegas, it's already up to 12. I think it'll climb. I think everyone's predicting a Nova rout, and I think the Wildcats are going to get it done. So I'm betting a half a unit on the Wildcats to go ahead and get a big victory, and I like it a lot. I think Nova is coming into their own, and against St. John's, a team they already lost to, they've got to, from a committee standpoint, they've got to get revenge on that and say that was a fluke, it was a bad game, never will happen again, and we're going to roll. So I was searching for a Wildcat. I found one with Nova. Villanova tonight, top 10 team at home against St. John's, laying 12 points. Villanova minus 12 for a half a unit. And the other play is I am big time going to fade the Buffalo Sabres over the next couple of weeks. Just watching the way that Buffalo has played recently, Buffalo is really, really struggling, and they lost again. I was going to bet the under for the Sabres and the Islanders. I was really, really close to doing that. I was close to betting 2 games. I was going to take the Vegas Golden Knights last night to win their game over the Colorado Avalanche. I was kind of kicking around with the idea. I almost took the over, and then I almost took the under. I was like back and forth, back and forth. The under 3-0. Vegas won. So I had all different. I was all twisted and turned around, but I was almost going to bet Vegas. That was I kind of decided saying, okay, take the plus money, and let's see if Vegas with a zigzag theory. Vegas bounced back and gets a victory, and they did. They won 3-0. So on the puck line too, which is shocking. I did not think the puck line was going to hit for Vegas, but it did. So if you bet Vegas on the puck line, but we went with Tampa Bay instead with their 4-2 win over the Carolina Hurricanes, but 5.5 under for the Sabres. And the Islanders 3-2 the win for the Islanders. The Sabres are 5-8-2. They're not good, and they're turning right around here to take on the New Jersey Devils. And I think this is a bad matchup for Buffalo. They don't generate much offense to begin with, but that defense for Buffalo is really, really good. Now, they beat the Sabres 3-2 a couple of days ago. So this is kind of the same philosophy that I had going with Tampa Bay, saying, all right, so Tampa Bay, they lost the game previously to the Hurricanes. They come back and they win the game 4-2. Same thing here. I think they come back after losing to the Islanders last night. They did beat the Devils last time they played, but I like the Devils to bounce back here. And again, it's not a lot of juice. I got minus 120 in Vegas on the money line for the New Jersey Devils. I think the Devils get a victory here tonight, and they beat the Buffalo Sabres, who have now lost 4 of their last 5 games. I think it's going to go into 6 of the last 7, and I just think this is a team to fade. I don't think Buffalo is very good. They're 5-8-2, but I think they're reeling. I don't like this matchup versus the Devils. I thought about taking the under. I'm a little concerned on that. I'm trying to avoid betting unders, even though we've made some money betting unders. I would have made another bet betting unders. This game feels like an under to me, but I'm a little concerned about that 6th goal going over 5.5 here. It's a little scary. If it gets down to 5, I probably bet the over. If it were to go to 6, I would bet the under. But at 5.5, I'm just a little bit gun shy with the Buffalo Sabres and the Devils for the potential for the Devils to score 4 goals and win the game 4-2. I think that's very, very possible here. So I'm just going to take the Devils because the juice is not that expensive for a half a unit. Devils on the money line at minus 120. Okay. If you are watching this, by the way, on YouTube and wondering why I look different, so not only did I lose my cat, I lost one of my lights. So it was just a bad day all the way around, man. So I only have one light. This is just me with one light on YouTube. So if you're looking at the video for YouTube and say, Matt, you look different. Well, it's because the lighting's all different here in this room now. Just one thing on it. So just a bad day, a bad night, and something that I want to kind of turn the page and move on from. So thank you to everybody who wrote me nice messages in the Discord channel. I'm sorry I couldn't answer. Everyone on Twitter, thank you for all the notes and the kind words. We all can kind of, we all know what this is like, right? When you lose a pet and someone's been with you for a long time, it's a sad moment, and we all can kind of remember our own animals and we're losing our own animals and how much it makes us, a mess for a couple of days or whatever. So, it just stinks. The whole thing just stinks. But I'll wrap here by reminding you about the links for our fundraiser. So we are no longer taking orders for the cookies. So if you haven't gotten them yet, sorry, we'll do another one. But we were approaching 300. Mine are supposed to arrive today. They're supposed to arrive yesterday, but the post office is so slow. So hopefully today I'll have my cookies. I'll be able to show you guys what you're going to get in the mail. Be looking for your links. Please, when you get the link, please process it, make the payment so we can make the donation coming up to the Ronald McDonald House National Charity with the $2,500 match coming from the owners of BettingPros. We're approaching 300 orders. That's $3,000. So $5,500 we're going to donate. The Daily Juice, this guy, I did an interview with a guy in Montana, and we were talking all about this, about the community we're building. People are paying attention. People are listening to the Daily Juice, and people are thinking about it and think it's really interesting and really cool as to what we're doing. And I think it's awesome that what we're doing. I think it's awesome how we're being a part of it. And let me see. I got the greatest DM before all hell broke loose from a listener who named Gary, who told me that when he gets into his truck, I think it's a truck, gets into his car to drive his 6 and 8-year-old daughters to he said he wrote to me and said, I just wanted to share this with you. It's become a habit that I listen to the podcast on my way dropping off my daughters at school, 6 and 8-year-olds. I was listening to the podcast. You talked about your daughter and the fundraiser. My oldest asked me to turn it up, and she wanted to know the story. Long story short, they both wanted me to take their money and buy cookies. First, and ever since, the first thing I hear when I climb into my truck is, "Dad, can we listen to the Daily Juice?" Thank you again. No, thank you. I asked for his daughter's names. Gary didn't give me his daughter's names, but hi, Gary's kids. You guys rock. Thank you so much. My daughter is 6 years old, and for tonight, I needed this. I needed that. I needed this message to kind of make me feel better, to make me feel good. So know that you've made a complete stranger who your dad listens to ranting and raving about sports gambling. You made it special for me. You made it feel a little bit less awful tonight. So thank you. That's what kids can do. Kids can make you feel great. Again, the 2 plays in the Discord channel, by the way, I'll add, okay, it's been a hell of a night. I want to go to bed. So I just made 2 plays. Devils on the money line, Villanova Wildcats for the cat, right? For Felix. -12 against St. John's. We're going with that. You can avoid that bet if you want. I think it's a stupid bet. Fine. It's just one I'm making in honor of my friend who I had to say goodbye to tonight, which sucked. My name is Matt Perrault. Happier times tomorrow, I promise, for the Daily Juice podcast, brought to you by BetMGM, always found right here on BettingPros.com.